Sawadee-ka, good morning and welcome to Newsline. I'm Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us. It's Tuesday, July 5th of 2016. Let's take a look at today's top news. Now let's have a look at today's first segment of Thailand Moves Forward. The Prime Minister has called for ongoing projects to do with innovation to be expedited towards completion at a meeting on national innovation development. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha chaired this year's third National Innovation Development Commission meeting, which was also attended by Deputy Prime Minister Air Chief Marshal Pratin Chantong, Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs Dr. Somkit Jatusipitak, and Minister of Industry Dr. Achakasi Bunreung. The Premier took the opportunity of the meeting to call for all relevant agencies to step up work on ongoing projects to do with innovation, noting developments in rubber and blacklisted goods in particular. On the blacklisted items, the Prime Minister said all laws should be considered to remedy obstacles to development so that such products can be brought to market. The government has made supporting innovation a key to its economic development plan, believing that innovation will help turn Thailand into a more digital society ready for modern advancements. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has expressed disagreement with the call for death penalty for rapists, while the Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister said the matter is up to the legislative body's consideration. Following the emergence of public calls for amendments to the criminal code in order to subject those guilty of rape to death penalty, the Prime Minister has come out to say he is not supportive of the idea. He explained that such a punishment method has been repealed in many countries due to its ineffectiveness in promoting respect for the law and in solving the problem at hand in a sustainable fashion. The Premier is also cautioning that a death penalty law against rapists could also lead to power abuse and legal exploitation. Instead, he preferred to see wrongdoers be exposed to social pressure as a way of discouraging them from committing the crime again. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan reserved his comment on the issue. He pointed out that public opinions and legal advice from experts on the matter will need to be taken into account, while the final decision will be made by the National Legislative Assembly. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan has affirmed that the procurement process of submarines from China will undergo careful consideration to obtain the highest quality submarines within a limited budget. General Prawit spoke of the procurement plan included in the 2016 fiscal budget to purchase one submarine for the Royal Thai Navy, saying that the plan has undergone committee consideration and affirms that the price and quality of the submarine are appropriate for the limited budget. He said the Royal Thai Navy cannot afford pricier submarines from other countries, while additional considerations will be made before the plan is submitted to the Cabinet for approval. Officers from the EU have been reportedly satisfied with Thailand's solutions to IUU fishing. The Customs Department announced that the country's efforts to combat IUU fishing had progressed by 70 to 80%. Director General of the Customs Department, Gulit Sombat Siri, said there were officers from the EU travelling to Thailand to monitor the progress and collect data on the matter. Errors in import-export statistics caused by the time difference between the EU and Thailand had been solved. The Director General reiterated that the EU was satisfied with Thailand's IUU solutions, saying the department and relevant units were ready to cooperate with the EU in an effort to prevent Thailand from receiving a red card. The Speaker of the National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA, has cancelled a third meeting between the NRSA and foreign ambassadors stationed in Thailand, as well as an assembly meeting with politicians scheduled for this July 15th.
NRSA Speaker Captain Thinapan Nakata has seen fit to call off an NRSA meeting with foreign diplomats, as well as meeting on 15th of July with representatives of political parties, following strong concerns expressed by several members of the Assembly over the two sessions. Assembly member Seri Suwarnapanon earlier remarked that while keeping the international community abreast of the activities of the NRSA was beneficial, he disagreed with holding a third meeting with diplomats in the nation after only recently holding two similar gatherings. He argued that the frequent meetings were diluting their importance. On NRSA meetings with politicians and cooperative activities with politicians, Seri questioned their necessity while pointing out that many politicians are already NRSA members, making joint activities redundant. He expressed concern that the sessions were an unneeded use of NRSA funds and could open it up to condemnation of allowing politicians to rally for support. The NRSA speaker agreed with Seri's concern and called off the two functions, affirming that the Assembly must work for the benefit of the nation as a whole. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit report.
The Election Commission is set to speed up its work on the distribution of the booklets containing key information about the public referendum and on the awareness campaign to encourage voters to take part in the process. The EC invited members of the press to observe the preparation and the third round of distribution of referendum booklets, which totaled 3.5 million copies and were aimed for voters in northern, eastern and western Thailand as well as Bangkok. The EC confirmed that all booklets will be shipped out by July 10, despite concerns over the constant rain that may hinder the delivery. At the same time, the EC has offered to join the Ministry of Education in working with over 74,000 staff of the Office of the Non-Formal and Informal Education in the implementation of the campaign to attract voters to cast their vote on August 7th. Similar educational and PR campaigns have also been actively launched across the country, including in Payao, Satun, Krabi and Ubon Ratchathani provinces. Minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Momlong Panadda Disakun, has stated that Revenue Department officials must perform their duties with a sense of responsibility in order for them to take pride and be happier in their work. The minister had been delivering a lecture on ethical management during an annual training course for Revenue Department officials. He asserted that the moral integrity of government bureaucracy has been thrown into question following the recent political unrest. Momlong Panadda said that officials must therefore place greater emphasis on responsibility and teamwork in order to take pride in their work and better serve the public. The Ministry of Commerce and relevant units have expressed readiness in providing service in line with the Commercial Collateral Act in effect since the 2nd of July 2016. Minister of Commerce Apiradi Tantraporn said that the Department of Business Development allowed businesses to register with the department in order to create commercial collateral on July 4, 2016 for the very first day. All commercial banks were ready for the department's online registration and businesses were allowed to register online 24 hours. People who are directly benefiting from the law are SMEs who can use property with business value as security. The Commercial Collateral Act also makes financial institutions feel more confident in providing loans for SMEs and startups since it helps reduce the risk of failing to repay their loans. Chairman of the Thai Bankers Association, Pridi Dawchai, said all banks had launched policy and products in preparation of the law. SMEs and startups can apply for loans normally, with more security used to secure debts. The Comptroller General's Department, or CGD, has refuted rumors spread on social media indicating that the Prompt Pay national e-payment system will impact pensions for retired civil servants. The government is geared up to introduce the Prompt Pay and national e-payment system to allow citizens to use their identification card numbers or mobile phone numbers to perform financial transactions. The system was designed to offer greater convenience to citizens and to push Thailand towards a more digital society. However, rumors being circulated on social media have spurred confusion among retiring civil servants by indicating that if they do not register for prompt pay within the allotted time, they will not be able to receive their monthly pensions. CGD Director General Manat Jamweha has given an assurance that the rumors are untrue, explaining that pension payments to all civil servants government officers and state enterprise employees are made directly to their bank accounts and will not require registration with prompt pay. He noted, however, that by applying for prompt pay, pensioners can avoid transaction fees and more easily transfer their funds. Registration for prompt pay will be open to the public at commercial and state banks from July 15 onwards, with the system to begin in October. The Thai Chamber of Commerce, or TCC, has hailed the government's ability to elevate Thailand from Tier 3 on the U.S. trafficking in persons watch list to Tier 2 and believes the nation can achieve economic growth of up to 3% this year. TCC Vice Chairman Pot Aram Wattananun has expressed jubilation over the United States' decision to lift Thailand to Tier 2 on its Trafficking in Persons, or TIP, report for 2016. He said that while human trafficking cases still exist in the kingdom, the situation has improved markedly from last year, acknowledging the government's serious work on the matter. He encouraged all sectors to continue to work to the utmost on the issue, stating that improvements to the situation will enhance Thailand's economy by improving its global profile. The vice chairman said that the latest improvement on the U.S. list should lead to better trade with the U.S. as well as other Western nations and help Thailand when it is evaluated by the European Union. All combined, he believes the third quarter will see better exports and that the nation will end the year 2 to 3% up on exports with seafood to hit 200 million baht in value. The Airports of Thailand, or AOT, is hosting Sister Airports CEO Forum 2016 Collaboration for a Successful Future from tomorrow up until Friday at the Novotel Suvarnabhumi Airport. The forum's name refers to the Sister Airports Agreement between AOT and major airport operators around the world, such as Munich Airport, Narita International Airport and Beijing Capital International Airport. The aims of the agreement are to exchange information on the aviation industry, provide quality services, catering to a broad range of requirements, plan marketing campaigns together, and organize regular meetings among its signatories. AOT Senior Executive Vice President of Corporate Strategy, Sasisupha Sukontasap, said the Sister Airport CEOs Forum 2016 will include talks about the current climate in the aviation industry, the challenges for participating airports, and learning from each other in order to face those challenges.
We invite all the CEOs of our sister airports, which they will come from around the world, that we have been signed the Sister Airport Agreement, which covers about 15 airports and in eight countries. So there will be a forum which they will come and meet and discuss what is the challenges we have to go through.
The forum will be a great opportunity for participants around the world to understand the impact of terrorism, aging population, and environmental concerns affecting civil aviation. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now have a quick look at the exchange rates and commodity prices. Newsline will be back with more, so please stay with us.
Thai. Created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Now that we are together as one, the dreams of 600 million people may come true.
We have to respect every woman and every child as a person and have a full human rights and no violation whatsoever.
If we combine that resources with research and technology, it will improve our life quality and our economy a lot.
So we open to each other more, and media play a very vital role. This is what I want to see. I want to communicate more. I want to know more about you.
These are the voices to remind us that today we, all the people of ASEAN, are the center of this great community. ASEAN, the people-centered community.
Welcome back, you're watching Newsline, and now it's time to have a look at news happening in ASEAN and beyond. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs chaired the National Committee for ASEAN to discuss cooperation among ASEAN nations. Mr. Don Paramatvinay, Minister of Foreign Affairs, chaired over the first National Committee for ASEAN conference at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters. The meeting is considered the first meeting since the ASEAN integration at the end of last year. This meeting held to reflect the Prime Minister's intention to expand its political, economic and social cooperation to the ASEAN community. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Sek Wanameti said that the meeting discussed various projects and activities under the three pillars of ASEAN, namely the political security pillar, economic pillar and social cultural pillar.
Today the Minister of Foreign Affairs is chairing the National Committee on ASEAN. It is the first meeting since the establishment of the ASEAN community at the end of last year. This meeting is convened, which reflects the intentions of the Prime Minister of Thailand that would like Thailand to help provide the catalyst and impetus in the establishment of the ASEAN community, and to look at the various projects and the activities under the three pillars of the ASEAN community, namely the political security pillar, the economic pillar, and the social cultural pillar. And of course there are all government agencies are here, as the three pillars cover all the government agencies. Also are the representatives of the private sector, whether it be from the Association of the Industry, the Chamber of Commerce and the Banking Association.
Government agencies and representatives from the private sector, including industry, Chamber of Commerce and the Banking Association, participated in the meeting. The meeting also discussed next year's plan to celebrate the 50th anniversary of ASEAN, as well as Thailand's role as a coordinator of the ASEAN-EU cooperation. The details of the project to develop special economic zones, or SEZs, in the east of Thailand will be finalized in 3 months, according to a related committee. The statement was made by Mr. Kan Trakunhun, chairman of the ad hoc committee tasked with creating measures to attract investment to SEZs and industrial superclusters. He said that the first phase of the project will commence in the provinces of Rayong, Chonburi and Chachoengsao. An emphasis will be placed on investment from local and foreign entrepreneurs, especially from high-tech industries. He said the project will be carried out in parallel with initiatives to improve the quality of life in 3 provinces by establishing a local development fund. Mr. Kan believes that the project will attract more investment, research and development to the area, as well as various industry experts. In order to accommodate these goals, he suggested expanding incentives for foreigners, such as extending their period of stay and renovating Utapao International Airport. Mr. Kan is confident that the project will place Thailand as a leading country in the ASEAN region. In other global news, a suicide bomber was killed and 2 other people wounded in a blast near the U.S. consulate in Saudi Arabia's second city of Jeddah on Monday. The attacker parked his car outside a hospital opposite the consulate at about 2:15 a.m. and detonated his device after being approached by 2 security men, killing him and lightly wounding them, it said, quoting a security spokesperson. 3 further blasts rocked the location of the bombing hours later, a witness told Reuters, as police carried out what appeared to be controlled explosions near the site. A spokesman for the U.S. State Department said it was aware of reports of a blast in Jeddah and was seeking more information from the Saudi government. And the spokesperson added that all staff at the consulate were accounted for. Malaysian authorities confirmed that the Islamic State was responsible for a grenade attack on a night spot last week, which is believed to be the first successful attempt in the country by the militant group. Inspector General of Police Khalid Abu Bakr said 2 men have been arrested in connection to the attack and that they received direct instructions from Muhammad Wandi Muhammad Jeddah, a known Malaysian IS fighter. Police are hunting for 2 more people believed to have been directly involved in the nightclub attack. Police had on June 28 ruled out terrorism as a motive for the pre-dawn attack, which took place as customers were watching a live screening of the Euro football tournament. Investigators initially said that a business rivalry or a targeted attack on someone in the bar were the more likely motives, but were forced to reassess their position a day later after an IS claim of responsibility was posted on Facebook. Khalid said police also arrested 13 others, including 2 low-ranking police officers, in a counter-terrorism crackdown in the aftermath of the grenade attack. Floods triggered by recent torrential rain swept through parts of southern China, with rescue efforts underway. Floods caused by severe storms hit large parts in South China, leaving local residents stranded and farmland damaged, China's state-run broadcaster CCTV reported. It said that floodwater forced a primary school in China's southern Hunan province to close until the weather eases. In Shushu County, Jiangxi Province, around 260 local residents was transported by rescuers after they were trapped in their homes by floodwaters. CCTV broadcast footage showing a man trapped in the middle of river when flooding suddenly came in China's southwestern Chongqing. They said the man was caught by the flooding water when he was fishing. Rescuers sent the lifebuoy and life jacket to the trapped man using a rope and pulled him towards the riverbank. New Zealand Customs and Police say they have seized 35 kilograms of cocaine brought into the country inside a diamante-encrusted horse head. Detective Superintendent Virginia Lebas in Auckland said there is a significant organized crime group offshore that will be responsible for this and who have now lost a whole lot of money. The discovery was made in May with the air freight package delivered to an address in Auckland where people were carrying out surveillance. TVNZ reported that 2 suspects, a 44-year-old Mexican and a 56-year-old American man, were arrested by police trying to board a flight to Hawaii. Following searches at an apartment block in Christchurch on Saturday, a 3rd man from Mexico was also arrested. The drugs, packaged into 35 bricks weighing about a kilo each, were pushed up inside a cavity in the horse's neck before being mounted on its stand. According to local media, this is the 2nd major drug haul by New Zealand authorities in less than 4 weeks. And that's all the time we have for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for spending part of your day with us. Should you have any questions or comments, you know where to write to us. The email address is now appearing on your screen, newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Today we say goodbye, showing you some pictures of Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, joining a gay pride parade held in Toronto. I'm Chalapan Sanarula. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Newsline. Sawasdee ka.